That's not a bad idea. Let's pick up this car. Just do a few little things to it. Nothing too crazy. Let's upgrade the armor, brakes all the way up. The engine upgrade, we got to do that too. For the headlights, we got xenons. Yeah, let's do those. They look pretty good. Neon kit, not on the JB700, no way. The plate, gotta go yellow and black though for sure. This custom plate, I guess we'll do that. For the respray color of the car, I know it's gonna look good in silver because that's obviously the James Bond color. Actually, bluish silver looks even better. So we could go classic James Bond in the bluish silver. I'm personally thinking Dew Yellow though, looks really good. So I'm gonna go for that for right now at least. Ooh, what about British Racing Green though? Ooh, that's really tempting. I think the Dew Yellow is kind of unique though. Kind of like it. We're gonna go for that. Now with this car, you get a lot of different options here for the weaponry and sort of the gadgets and stuff. So this is a proximity mine dropper, but what it does instead of regular proximity mines is you can either drop spikes that will take out people's tires. This does not work on bulletproof tires, or of course you can go for the oil slick dropper, which works on everything. We're gonna go slick because it's, well, just better, more effective. So yeah, we got that. For the suspension option on this car, I don't want to go too crazy with the slamming it. Like, it looks, just kind of looks silly. So I think that we're gonna go, I don't know, street suspension. That's a good like middle ground, I think. Race transmission, we gotta upgrade it all the way up. The turbo tuning, I gotta do that. For the weapons, of course, we've got to mount the machine guns on it as well. James Bond style, of course. For the wheels, what do we have here? We're probably gonna have to go for something lowrider. Are those basically the same rims? The wired, they're basically the exact same rims. We're gonna go with those because I think that they look sick, and we're gonna paint them black because they look dope. So let's do that. Bulletproof tires, you gotta add those on. It's James Bond, of course. Windows, tint them all the way out. This thing's looking pretty mean. You know what? The yellow's not really doing it for me though. I'm not gonna lie. The yellow is it's too bright for this car. So I'm wondering about going for like a dark green. I think the dark green looks crazy on this thing. What about like a dark blue too though? Like a Saxon blue or Mariner? Mariner blue looks crazy too. Diamond blue's pretty sick as well. We can't go like ultra or like racing blue, those are too crazy, but man, some of these blues are looking really good too. I think we're gonna have to go Saxon blue on it. I think that Saxon looks crazy, so let's do that. And we're gonna take this thing outside and we're gonna do a sound test and a full review on the car. The JB700, I happen to know, is one of the best sounding cars in all of GTA, so let's actually just hear this thing real quick. So, as I'm sure you guys can hear, the JB700 sounds pretty damn good. It sounds pretty damn good. It's a great sounding car. It's actually kind of underrated as far as sound goes, I think. It's truly like kind of unmatched. It's like up there with the Sterling GT in my opinion. Now the thing is with this car, it's very cool, don't get me wrong. I think that it's sick. It's got the oil slick proximity mine dropper, which is pretty cool. You can activate that with the right D-pad, and when people drive over it, they will hit the mines and they will spin out. Like this guy's trying to brake right now, I'm pretty sure. Maybe he's not. I don't really know. Okay, that's odd. That didn't really work. Interesting. Okay. Well, yeah, anyways, when people hit the mines, they should spin out and just kind of get sent flying. So, like that guy hit it. Let's see if this guy should hit it, and he should lose control of his car. Yeah. Okay, you regain control in about 4 or 5 seconds, so like it's not like it lasts for too long. But if you spam them, if you put them down like everywhere, then you will get some good hits with them. So yeah, that's something to keep in mind, I guess. The front mounted machine guns on this car also, they are relatively good. They do a decent amount of damage, not the most ever, not as much as you'd maybe hope for or kind of expect, but they're pretty good. They're pretty good. I'm gonna fry this car when I catch up to him here, and you guys will see what I'm talking about. The JB700's pretty quick though, I won't lie. This car is definitely on the faster side for being, you know, an older, you know, sort of sports classic car. Well, not sort of, it is a sports classic car, so you know it's relatively quick for sports classics. But as you guys can see, these machine guns don't exactly, like, they do a good amount of damage, but not as much as you'd maybe hope for. Oh my god, that was violent. Yikes. Yeah, so they're maybe not as good as you'd hope, but they're decent. They do enough damage for sure. They can definitely kill people, so that's really what they're for. And just might take a little longer with these than with some other front mounted machine guns in the game, so not the end of the world, that's for sure. The JB700 though, it's a quick car. For the sports classic category, I do believe that the JB700 weaponized is top 10 in the sports classic category. It's pretty quick. However, the only problem with this car is it doesn't have any sort of spoiler option, so the downforce is kind of weak, and as a result, it's not very good through the corners. However, once you get it going in a straight line and, you know, through corners that aren't so sharp, the JB700 actually can hold its own. It's actually a very quick car, so that is nice. The top speed's decent, and as you guys can see with the customization, there's not much. With the JB700 weaponized, that is, you do get the ability to add the front mounted machine guns and the oil slick dropper and all that sort of stuff. With the regular JB700, the one without the W, the one that you do not get on Warstock, the one that you get on Legendary, that one will not have the weaponry options to put on it, so just be aware of that. The weaponized version does cost a lot more money. It costs like $1.4 million unless you get it on sale like I did with this thing. And the regular version of it, I believe, costs like 350 grand off of Legendary Motorsports. So just make sure that when you're buying this car, you actually know what you're getting, because there's definitely some people that probably confuse the two and end up buying the wrong one, thinking they got the other one. So just make sure that you're aware of what it is that you're actually getting. The weaponized is pretty cool. Not the most useful car. It also has no armor, which is kind of really annoying, especially at the $1.4 million price point. You know, you could get an insurgent pickup for that price, and for not much more, you can make it into the insurgent pickup custom. So that's a comparison for you right there. But obviously, if you're a huge James Bond fan, this is going to be a car that you're going to want to own in GTA. You get to feel like James Bond when you're driving it, that's for sure. It is very cool. It sounds great, looks great. You know, the only thing that's really missing is customization, and the handling is just a little bit on the weak side. But you know what? Other than that, it is a pretty great car, and I will not knock it. You know, other than those two little things. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for the JB700 weaponized in Grand Theft Auto Online. Definitely pick this thing up if you guys are interested. If not, yeah, you can probably avoid it. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, if you learned something, a like is of course appreciated. If not, dislike. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, and I will see you all in the next video. Until then, take care. Peace.